I remember hearing a story back in the 1980s that Ronald Reagan didn't realize that he needed glasses until he was 13. He lived all the way up to adolescence with a fuzzy world. He was nearsighted, so most everything existed as a blur until one day for fun, he tried on his mother's glasses. And I looked up the story online, and it's true. I learned that it was only when he tried those glasses on that, as Ronald Reagan put it, he, quote, discovered the gloriously, sharply outlined world. As a kid and a teen, I had excellent vision, so I had no way to relate to how President Reagan felt as a youth. I remember thinking it was odd that he didn't notice the distortions. Then I went to law school, and I wore my eyes out reading day and night. Plus, as fate would have it, I got older. And shortly after law school, I flew out to Las Vegas to interview in the federal court. I ended up clerking with them. My first night in that town, I realized that those millions of lights were all really, really fuzzy. So I looked through a friend's pair of glasses, and I rediscovered, to use the words of Ronald Reagan, the gloriously, sharply outlined world that I had slowly lost with all that legal reading and, I suppose, aging out too. I soon got glasses, and I wear them more each year. Before we got our glasses, the young Ronald Reagan and the 31-year-old me could not focus on a good part of creation. The world, of course, was there. We just needed lenses on to bring it into better focus and better experience. And I bring up the issue of President Reagan and me needing lenses to see because our reading today emphasizes faith, how we see the Creator, God, in creation. And I had that epiphany about faith on a vacation in Seattle. I wrote more details in some notes that I cobbled together for this morning's sermon. Faith is talked a lot about in Christianity, and the talk can make some of us uneasy because it's often equated with blind belief. And some of the details of my epiphany, which I'm planning to flesh out in a few moments, might not be ideas you all agree with. So I want to state up front that in this church, no one is expected to check their brain at the door, nor do they need to agree with me either. The epiphany was, simply put, that faith can be understood to be the very opposite of blind belief. It is, in fact, the lenses by which we discover a much more gloriously, sharply outlined God. God is always there, always here. It's just that faith gives us the lens we need to better bring God into focus and better see and experience the sacred in our lives. And while we certainly do not need the lens of faith for the existence of God to occur, we tend to need faith to bring God into better focus. And I call this lens to better see God idea an epiphany because, as I said, faith is often said to require blind belief, belief without proof. In fact, Webster's dictionary even lists a definition of the word faith as, quote, firm belief in something for which there is no proof, end quote. And I've heard religious people, many of them sincere and thoughtful, argue that belief without proof idea to hang their hat on. But I've always personally found it troubling to understand faith that way. The one reason is I've yet to meet anyone who does not claim some sort of proofs to back up their theological beliefs. And this is true even if the proof is they oft heard the Bible says it, I believe it, that settles it. That is an assertion of proof. They consider the Bible the proof. My brain tends to test and reason proofs, even challenge them if they do not seem logical or just. And Jesus modeled that sort of testing and challenging. And many of the times that I've heard people assert we need belief without proof seem to be the times that the proof they rely on is challenged, like logic or evidence. Blind belief is often used to shield theologies from challenges. Modern American theologian Marcus Borg noted such an understanding of faith is what you turn to when knowledge runs out. Even more strongly, faith is what you need when beliefs and knowledge run out, to that way of thinking. And I'm not opposed to folks turning to or relying on blind faith. My concern is when it is asserted as the only way to explain an understanding in a logic and evidence-based discussion about God. Modern Western thinkers, we hone in on empirical proof as part and parcel of how we think. So it's pretty rare to find a belief that people do not claim some sort of proof for in the Western world. Even if it's non-scientific proof, Westerners point to evidence and to logic to explain things. And when evidence or logic is challenged, some in religious discussions lean in on the idea of true faith not needing evidence, which is fine for their theology. But it's not really a logical response in logic-based discussion which modern people tend to have, because that's how we think. And so we encounter religious folks first seeking safe, having and proof, and then reverting to blind belief to avoid challenges in those kind of discussions. And when that occurs, I'm not claiming that they don't have a valid view or lens to see God. What I'm claiming is that in discussions based on logic and evidence, that's not going to cut it. And actually, faith in God does not need to be based on blind beliefs. It can be, but it doesn't need to be. We do not need to check our brains at the door of the church or when we open the Bible. And I've heard Christians promoting blind belief by pointing to Hebrews 1, which states faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. The claim is that versus proofs we don't need proof. And there's twofold irony in such claims. One is they are pointing to a proof text to prove they need no proof. And the other is that text refers to evidence of things not seen. Things not seen is not the same as no evidence or even iffy evidence. We do not see air, but we trust it is there. We have, if you will, faith that it exists because evidence validates it. We are alive, and breathing is one example of that kind of proof. I preached a sermon a few weeks ago about Christianity coming down to three basic experiences: awe and wonder and love. And all three of those things are unseen senses, unseen things. They can be based on observed things, but they manifest themselves inside us. We don't literally see, but rather feel awe and wonder. Yet we trust. We have faith they are there because evidence validates it. We experience the emotion of awe. We experience the excitement of wonder. Likewise, we don't see love, but we trust it's there because evidence validates it. We have deep care for the well-being of others and know there are those who have deep care for our well-being too, including God. Unseen evidence is evidence. Our faith does not serve as evidence of those things not seen, but it is not blind belief. And I'm not just quibbling or parsing phrases. I truly cannot think of any modern Christian who does not base belief in the existence of God upon something or some things. Some assert God is proven in things like sacred text. Some assert God is proven in things like the experiential realities of awe, wonder, and love. God is palpable by the means of many, many things which can and do serve as proof. Some seen, some unseen. And we can quibble about whether we think this or that thing is proof of God or not, but there's no rational argument that people who have faith in God do not derive it from things that evidence God to them. It's a part of their lives, their spectacle long ago, I tried on those first glasses I got way back in 1988. Ugh, they no longer work for me. You might say to them, I rediscovered the fuzzy, blurry world. Over time, I've had to get new lenses for my physical eyes to best see the gloriously, sharply outlined world. And the glasses I'm wearing this morning have progressive lenses. They allow me to see near and far as I look up and down from my notes. I like that the theological lens I see God through are also called progressive. When I first went to church as a teen, however, I tried on the lens of fundamentalism. And those lenses actually helped me see and experience God. But my experience and vision of God outgrew that set of lenses. I found that I experienced God better without them, and I left the church until 20 years later when I tried on the theologically progressive lenses that I found in a UCC church. And those lenses have brought into focus God in so many ways for me, ways I only dreamed of and ways that I didn't even imagine. And I know that the prescription progressive lenses that I am wearing in my glasses might not help others with poor vision see better, but my clearer vision that I get with them can benefit others. I see better to read and write and deliver sermons, to take photographs, to drive better. I can focus too and describe and point out things that I see. And when I preach and teach, I also know that the progressive theological lenses that help me experience God better might not be the best lens for everyone. But my clearer vision of God, I do hope benefits others. I can see to describe God and point her out better, note something in focus that others might better see when I do. It can sometimes surprise folks that Christian faith need not be blind belief. It can surprise folks to hear at church and a pastor urge folks to not check their brains at the door and question and challenge what troubles them about God and religion and Christianity and the Bible. Sticking with this lens metaphor, we should challenge lenses that make us uncomfortable, that do not help us focus better on God. We should seek lenses that help us to best focus on God, because faith, far from being blind, is the lens by which we can discover a much more glorious, sharp, outlined God. And God's always there, always here. It's just that faith gives us the lenses we need to better see and experience God. And while we certainly don't need the lens of faith for the existence of God, we tend to need them to bring God into better focus. And churches should help as many people as practical to find the lens that is best for them to focus in on God. In the words of the banner outside this morning, wherever you are on life's journey, you're welcome here. And as part of that welcome is helping the gatherer best experience God in a way that is safe and respectful for all. You see, faith need not be about having blind beliefs. In his book, The Heart of Christianity, Marcus Borg sets out 4 primary meanings of faith in the Bible. Not one of them is about blind belief. Boiled down, the 4 biblical meanings of faith that Dr. Borg sets out are radical trust in God, loyalty to God, visualizing God through the metaphor of tradition, and having the foundational affirmation that God is real. Jesus is the decisive revelation of God, and the Bible contains our foundational story. In other words, we can understand Jesus' way. It consists of trust, loyalty, affirming God exists, and that Jesus reveals God. And to make it even simpler, Dr. Borg describes that Christian faith leads to Jesus' way of living, which leads us to love God and to love that which God loves. And all of that is the basic Christian framework found in the Bible. And not any of it requires blind belief. be the very opposite of blind belief. It can be the lens by which we discover a much more gloriously, sharply outlined God through evidence seen and unseen, all of which leads to awe and wonder